Fala galera, beleza? Aqui que fala é Smith 2, trazendo pra vocês mais um episódio da nossa série de Vampyr, né?
It's locked, all right.
Pô, a porta está trancada, agora deu ruim, mano. Como é que eu vou fazer pra... eu quebrando as catapultas aqui tudo, mano, as ideias.
I cannot enter.
Ai, mano. Merda, hein, velho. A igreja é pra cá, né? Mas a gente precisa de salvar a mulher, que é aqui embaixo, aqui, eu acho, ó. Opa. Calma, mulher, que eu tô indo te salvar, mas eu tô achando um lugar aqui primeiro, né?
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion.
Nossa senhora, olha o cara que a
Shed
gente
your
vai ter que lutar,
skin,
mano.
forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Nossa, mano, olha o cara que a gente vai ter que lutar, rapaziada. Aí deu ruim.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them.
O tamanho do
I shall
cara, mano, pelo
return
amor
as
de
your
Deus, velho.
judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Vamos passar aqui na igreja aqui mesmo, aí a gente aproveita e já faz a missão da igreja, né?
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've told you once, this is a private concern.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Just know, I cared for her.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She has been laid to rest. That's all you need to know.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I wish I could forget all this.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
How can this poor soul hear you when you can't even hear yourself and admit your role in this tragedy?
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
O trem começou a carregar ali do nada, vocês viram? Mas tá bom, velho, tá bom. Papo inútil.
It does not concern God at all.
Encontre Edgar Simsway no hospital, mas primeiro a gente tem que ajudar a moça aqui, né? Oh, meu Deus do céu, velho. Deu ruim, pô. Vamos lá, velho. A gente precisa entrar aqui no famoso cemitério. Deixa eu abrir o mapa aqui. Vamos lá, cadê aqui? Mano, aí deu ruim aqui nessa porcaria aqui, velho. Acho que aqui é o cemitério. Será que vai dar pra entrar? Vai. Mas deixa eu chegar lá no lugar. Quando eu chegar, eu já volto com vocês.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
Esse daí é o dito custo, esse daí é o Tinhoso.
You
Meu
made
Deus do
me.
céu, tá
You
amarrado.
made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our children.
Ah, terra, meu filho. Isso é o fogo mesmo, meu filhão.
Riddles and rhymes. You took my life. Now you insult my mind.
Be stilled, my child. I bring understanding.
What is it you seek?
Chamou a gente.
This age
O cara chamou a gente de criança, mano.
an ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
É, cara, em vez de você
I've had
ficar
enough
com
of
esse
others
ninja
making
nisso aí, por que
decisions
você
for
não
me,
ganha um X1
pretending
comigo?
to know how I should feel or behave.
Enquanto...
So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just
jogo, agora
projecting
tá
this vision
aberto, né?
in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Agora o jogo deixa aberto, né, mano? Esse jogo é sacana demais, vocês viram. Oh, meu Deus, que susto, velho. O cara brotou ali do nada, mano. Pera aí. É aqui, ó. Não. Mano, meu Deus do céu, que isso, velho? Tá louco, mano. Calma aí, eu vou... Vem, vem. Calma, mulher. Tá difícil aqui, mano. Você não viu o tanto que é aqui, não? Mas licencinha pro madruguinho aqui. Ah, vou morrer. Sai, sai. Cura, cara. Subou. Acho que a gente vai pro famoso saco agora, né? Ah, mano. Véi, esses caos é muito chato, mano. Sai fora, cara. Imundo, mano. Imundo. Tá fora, imundo, mano. Ah, você tá de sacanagem. Você tá de sacanagem que eu morri pra esses caras, mano. Como que eu morri, velho? Que eu curei. Ah, esse jogo aqui, mano, é sem brincadeira. Eu tô quase desistindo de jogar esse jogo, velho. Que jogo chato, mano. Vocês não tem noção, mano. Aí galera, até que enfim consegui aqui, né? Depois de morrer umas 500, 600 mil vezes, né? Eu consegui. Pô, calma aí, mulher, também, velho. Você fica enchendo o saco, gritando aí, tá parecendo a filha do presidente lá no Resident Evil 4, mano.
Are you alright, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Goodbye, senhora. Me agradece, né? Me agradece depois da raiva que eu passei aqui, minha senhora. Pelo menos uns 50 shillings para nós, né? Tá bom, né? Tem que ajudar o próximo, não é mesmo? Ai, velho. Esse cara é chato. Que eu já vou chegar lá direto no Dr. Reed pra vocês, né? Para evitar a famosa fadiga. Aí, já direto no lugar aqui como é que fala, mano? Da sala do Dr. Sansei. Eu tenho uma coisa pra dizer pra vocês, manos. Eu não sei se vocês concordam comigo, mas toda hora que a gente volta para o lugar, o mesmo, que tinha NPCs lá, aqueles pra gente lutar, a gente mata eles. Aí a gente sai do lugar e vai pra outro. Quando a gente volta pro mesmo lugar, tem as mesmas pessoas que a gente matou, velho. Não faz sentido ter as mesmas, velho. Se bem que eles podem ter chamado segurança, mas só que são os mesmos, mano. São os mesmos, um arqueiro, aqueles dois mais fracos lá e aquele bombadão. Sempre, mano. Ah, vai fazer o que, né, velho? Não é um jogo grande assim, né, mas tá bom, né? Maria, que cara que é esse aí?
Yes,
Quero vestir a mesma roupa que a gente,
My
mano.
mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan.
Oh,
This is
vontade
sacred
de matar
ground.
esse cara agora, mano.
Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please, I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Meu Deus do céu, os caras fizeram uma baguncinha aqui mesmo. Ah, ela aí, ó. Como é que é o lugar? Encontre ele nas docas, né? Calma, vamos abrir. Vamos fazer essa última missão aqui, tá, manos? Pra deixar bem claro pra vocês. Nossa, mano, a gente podia... Como é que fala? Vamos marcar lá. É por... Isso já tá marcado ali, mas... Olha, velho. Vai aparecer os mesmos monstros. Ainda bem que tem a magia da edição pra me cortar pra vocês, mas tá bom. Aí, mano, cheguei aqui no lugar pertinho que demorou. Mano, vocês não tem noção como é que demorou, mano. Colete informações sobre... Ah, tá, a gente tem que conversar com os caras aqui pra coletar informações. Meu Deus do céu, mano.
We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted, and I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint. I try asking Tom what's about him.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Murders by night.
Acho que a gente precisa de perguntar pra esse cara aqui, né? Ah, não sei, você vai perguntando pra todo mundo
Good evening,
aqui
sir.
mesmo.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Ó, quem é
Dr.
você?
Jonathan
Opa,
Reed,
que
that's
isso,
who I
hein?
am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name then?
The name is Booth
É,
Digby.
bigodinho.
Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cut. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Valeu aí, ó, bigodinho de frango. Cara, é trouxa, mano.
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't have any money for you leeches.
I'm not here for charity, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour, but I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Beleza, vamos falar com o cara do bar lá, o dono, né? As muriçoca aí, ó.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. Well, it would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
Beleza, cara, muito
Goodbye,
obrigado,
Mr.
é nóis. Você foi o único aí que quis, né?
So few
Ajudar a
clients.
gente. Oh, meu Deus do céu, abre o mapa aqui. Oh, velho, que... Oh, meu Deus do céu, não é aí não, cara, eu quero marcar. Se eu... Aí, ó, pronto. Agora vamos... Aqui, será? Como não vai ter nada demais, mano.
The many miles we walk, the many things we learn.